Hi, my name is Deepa Venkatesh. I work as a professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering, IIT Madras. My areas of research include high-speed fiber optic communication systems, optical signal processing, microwave photonics, and fiber lasers. This time I'm going to offer a course on fiber optic communication technology. This is a very basic course, the first course on fiber optic communication. Communication today is synonymous with cellular communication. With the new challenges of social distancing the world is facing, the number of people who are accessing the internet, who are accessing the video conferencing, who are accessing the video content, audio content, file content in the internet are increasing day by day. Not just that, the volume of data that people are downloading and using are also actually exponentially increasing. So it's perceived that all this is possible with cellular communication, but the fact is the entire wireless communication will fail if it is not supported by the backbone, which is the fiber optic communication. So this is how the landscape looks like. Let's say you're making a phone call from here to a friend. The signal goes to your nearest tower, and from there it finds its way through the metro network to the terrestrial metro network. And if you are trying to connect to a different continent, the signal finds its way through the submarine network and then back to the metro network of the receiver and back to the cellular. So there's only a very small segment in the whole communication system where your signal is in the wireless form in air. Most of the time your signal is modulated in an optical carrier, and it is an optical fiber which is transporting your information from one part of the world to the other. The story is the same with data centers. Whenever we are accessing different servers, we are going through the optical fiber path depending on where the server is located, and the connectivity between the data centers is also through an optical fiber communication link. Of course, our broadband internet at homes, the television at homes are already coming through what is called as fiber to the home. So the optical fiber link itself provides a big backbone, and all other services are actually riding on that backbone. So the course is about understanding the basics of optical communication. So we will start with some very basic introduction to digital communication. We will also see what are the electrical to optical converters and optical to electrical converters, what are their bandwidths, what is the data quality delivered by them. So we will start with a description of how optical transmitters work. Then we will talk about how receivers work, what's the noise involved in the whole process, how can you increase the spectral efficiency of the system. We will also talk about the channel, the impairments that are introduced in the channel. The channel in this case is an optical fiber. We will then talk about optical amplifiers. Then we will have some case studies on how will you design optimal optical fiber optic link, followed by some components, and we will in the end sum up with some strategies on how optical networks are built, and what is a passive optical network, what are data center networks, and so on. The way the course is structured is such that the only prerequisite required is some basic electromagnetics, and this is not to scare you off. Basic electromagnetics to the extent that you understand what a plane wave is, what's the meaning of polarization, what's the meaning of electric field, propagation constant, and so on. No detailed electromagnetics required. A good background on signals and systems will be useful to the extent that you understand what's the difference between time domain and frequency domain, Fourier series, Fourier transforms. Who can do this course? This is primarily targeted towards second year and higher year undergrad, third year undergrad students, or those master's students who are doing the fiber optic communication technology course for the first time. Practicing engineers in this area are also welcome to do this course. And the way this is going to be conducted is there will be 150 minutes of video per week, followed by a discussion session every week. And of course, the course will end with an exam.